So what's the point of believing in God in the first place? Like, how does believing in Jesus really change my life? Am I just believing in God so that I don't go to hell? Like, what's going on? And these are questions I've had for a long time in my life. And I mean, now that I've gotten a little clarity on it, I feel like it's only right that I like break it down. You only get one life. And being someone, if you're somebody who wants to make the most out of your life, you can't make the most out of your life and ignore the person who gave you life and the person who made the earth that you're living on in the first place. And to me, living life without God is like living life without like all the help that's there to help you to get to the happiness that you want and everything to your purpose, everything that you want out of your life. It's like going to IKEA and you're buying a desk, and that desk is your life, right? And it comes with everything you need to build it, and but it's unassembled. You now have the choice of either trying to do it on your own and connecting the pieces maybe potentially in the wrong place and having to revert back, realize you made mistakes and do it again, or try following the manual and make less mistakes along the way. I look at God the same way. God has the blueprint to our life, and we have the choice of either connecting with him or ignoring him and trying to figure it out on our own. Right now, most people can admit that like we're spiritual people. Like a lot of people are like spiritual. But then it's like you have to, if you're spiritual, you have to ask yourself the question, what happens to your spirit when you die? Because a spirit is an ever-living thing. So we have our body and then we have our spirit. When we die, what happens to that? So nobody's perfect. We say it all the time, but it's like you really got to let it sink in. So God even said like the most perfect person on earth is like filthy rags to what he actually considers perfect. So like the most like holy person that you know, God's like, look, you're not even close. So if that's the case, you can't earn your way into heaven. It's a gift that's given to us. So in the Bible it says that you can't earn your way into heaven, that you're not getting into heaven by doing good things. You get into heaven because of your faith in God. That's what's getting you in there. Your faith, the fact that you believe. And here's what the crazy part. I used to look at people who, like in church you have people all the time who are like, oh God, oh, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. I used to look at them like, what? You don't deserve it. You deserve it. You're going hard. You're doing everything you're supposed to. You're coming to church. You're reading the Bible. What do you mean you don't deserve it? You deserve it. And then I tried doing it. And I tried being perfect. And I messed up. Like, I messed it up every time. And then I realized, and then even though I messed up, God kept blessing me throughout the situation. And then I realized, wow, like, I really don't deserve it. And then when I thought about everything I did in the past, like, man, dang. And I'm looking at where like God has brought me now, I'm like, wow, like I really don't deserve this though. It really is a gift that God gave us. God gave us life to live. In the Bible it says, God so loved the world that he gave. He gave us the gift of salvation, and it's on us to either accept it or deny it. So now we have a way of knowing that our spirit's in good hands. And that's what makes it so crazy, because God gave us the choice. He said, whoever believeth in me. Basically saying, you have the choice to believe in me or not. God doesn't want us to be zombies that just believe in him just because. He gave us the freedom of choice, and we have the choice to love him. And he wants us to choose to love him just like he chose to love us. So when you really think about it, what losses are you really taking? There's so much to gain, and you're not really taking any real L's. I don't understand how people can just be like, you know what? I just don't really believe in God like that. And like the moment they hear it, they're just so quick to deny it. I'm like, okay, if you're right, cool. But what if you're wrong? If this is true, there could be so much that you're missing out on, that you're not taking, that you're not manifesting. And what if everything that you're looking for, that thing that you feel like is missing, has been with God the whole time? Not only do we get to go to heaven, but we also get God just for our daily life. Now that our spirit is reconciled with God, he connects to us. He speaks to us on a different level to help us maneuver through life and get to our purpose. When God made us, he intended for each and every one of us to be successful. He wants us to be great, but we have the choice to either accept him or deny him. And a lot of us either deny him or ignore him. Following God does not make greatness any easier. Life is hard. Like, life is not easy, but it makes greatness possible.